Hi everybody, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, and just wanted to put a little video together just to ask you for some help really. As you can see here, we've got a range of B52 noses in kit form and my modifications. You will have seen the G nose I did. I've done an instructional video on how to fit that one. That's the early G nose, that's this one here compared to the kit part. I did actually send one to Steve over in the USA, and he fitted it, took some photos on ARC. He's not fitted it correctly and the photos weren't taken very well, so I got some comments on there, or a comment on there about it that doesn't look right. So I retook a photograph of mine. The problem is with these B52 noses, which is probably why the kit manufacturers get it so wrong, is because it seems like such a small change in perspective makes the whole thing look completely different. Now, there was a comment over on ARC that they thought Model Collect had got the windscreen wrong. I actually think the Model Collect windscreen is spot on. I think the AMT one is slightly out. I think this one is a bit sort of baseball cappy. I think this is more accurate. So yeah, well done to Model Collect for that one, because changing the windscreen would be a complete and utter nightmare. So the reason I'm putting this video together is, rather than me send any of these parts out as samples and, you know, wait forever for someone to come back with a response and then have it all go wrong, I thought I'd do it myself and ask you guys up front before I actually do my finish moulds, and sort of start sending these out to people, because I've had quite a few requests for them. I thought I'd give you guys the opportunity to say, I think that bit there is wrong, and you know, allow me to come back with this is why this is done. These parts are not going to be dimensionally perfect, okay? The trouble is the kit they're bolted onto isn't dimensionally perfect, so what you've got to do is make it look right. I've used this analogy before. If you have a curtain rail that you need to put up, and you put it up using a spirit level, and it's dead parallel to, you know, it's dead parallel or dead level, and your ceiling isn't parallel to it, what do? Do you put the curtain rail up so that it looks right against the ceiling, or do you put it so that it's level? It's your choice. And that's the same thing here. People have talked over on ARC about having cross-sectional drawings and dimensions and stuff. That's all well and good, but if you make this part of the nose here, you know, this area here, say, cross-dimensionally perfect to the drawings, but the kit is out, then you can have a great big gap or a step. So you then have to start blending in with fillers. So then you're into inaccuracies, and then you start losing your shape. So basically, that's what I'm asking you here. Have a look at these parts. I'm going to show you them from all different angles, and then you can comment below. Email me, nigelsmodelingbench@gmail.com. Let me know your thoughts, please, before I actually start sending any of these out. Now, this is the late G or H nose as we know it from Model Collect, and it's abysmal. The shape of these pods on the side is wrong. The shape of the pod there is wrong. The shape of the cameras is incorrect. They're too small. The actual shape of the nose is wrong. The chines are too big, and yeah, it's just wrong in every way. Okay, so it's just awful. So I've made this to replace it. Now, this is basically, when you get this, you will get this resin part here. This nose is going to be separate because of the moulding restrictions. I have to make the nose separately, and then you're going to get these two pods on the side separately. And the reason I've done that is because behind there is a stiffening plate. I don't know if it's a later repair or whatever, but there is a plate behind there which extends all the way back. So obviously I can't mould that stiffening plate into this resin nose. So what I've done, I've made these separate. So if you want to add that plate with some 10 thou plastic card, you can, and then you can glue these on afterwards. So they're actually a separate part. These are my masters. I have made the mould, but basically you can see the shape of them there. Let me know what you think. I think they're spot on. Don't comment about position. They're just held on with double-sided tape. As you can see, they're all floppy. So we've got this part here, and then we've got the cameras on the bottom. I've got the cameras in their closed position, so you don't have to worry about clear lenses and stuff. And then we've got these parts here The fairings for the cameras, they're actually separate, and again they're just tacked on with tape. I'm actually considering what I'm going to do is add some plastic card to the front of these and fatten them up a bit more, because I think I may have them slightly too short. So I think what I'll do is add some plastic card to them and then ferret in and everything. So what you'll get will be those, but longer, and then you can sand them down if you want to. And then this part on here, this pod on the top of here, that will be part of the nose. Okay, so if you want to do a really late current H, you'll just sand that off. And you can see I've got the flange on there, if I can get the camera focused. The flange is on there, which none of the kit manufacturers do. So you've got the flange on there, which is nice, and it's very, very definite, as you see on the real aircraft. So basically the fitment of this is going to be the same as the early G nose, but I will do another video because there's obviously a couple of small variations. So there it is. Okay, there it is side on, and then you've got your plan view there, and then you've got your front view there, and then on the underside go around. So please let me know what you think. I think it's spot on, but I wouldn't I? But the trouble is with these noses, they look, you know, change the perspective, change the angle you're looking at it, and it just changes everything. Well, one thing to remember as well when you look at these noses, this is not one line. Okay, this should not be like Model Collect have done it. They've got one curve going on. That's not correct. The actual fuselage part of the nose is the same as on a D. It comes into a very short nose, so that's going to be a tighter radius coming in. It's cutting in and then going into a short nose, and then this longer radome is added afterwards. So you're going to get this fuselage cutting in, and then the radome goes off on a different angle. Okay, so that's intentional. And as I say, remember, this will be a separate part. You'll have to glue this on and then fair it out. This filler on here is just where I've perfected it to fit the nose. So so there we go. So have a look at that again. Let me know what you think. Okay, so that's that one taken care of. Now the early G we've seen. Now if people still want to say they think there's an error, please let me know. But I think it's spot on them. In the Model Collect kit, it has a great big flat on the top of the nose here, which is incorrect. There's no chines. Again, we've got this constant radius, which is incorrect. The fuselage on the Model Collect kit on all of them is much too fat. It's way, way, way too wide here. But then I'm just repeating myself. So yeah, there you go. There's that one. And then obviously the kit part here. Now I haven't sanded this in yet. I haven't done that because when I fit it, I'll do it after I've fitted it all up. But basically you can see the G nose fits in there. We've got no steps or anything, and this is actually fitted to the old incorrect initial Model Collect early G, late G nose. So you can see where I've sanded the pods off here. So this is basically an early G nose, and that's something else I did mention in my video. Whatever kit you've got, if you've got a late H and you want to convert it to an early H, you can buy this nose and you can do it. If you've got an early one, like if you've got this kit and you want to convert it to a late, you can buy this set here and it'll all fit. Okay, so there we go. So that's the G nose there. So that's the Model Collect taken care of. Now the AMT Italeri kit. Now I've got a kit here. You can see it's still got the sprues on it. I haven't taken them off because I don't know if I'm going to build it on. I probably will. But you can see this is awful. This nose is really bad. You can see how pointed it is. It's terrible. It really is terrible. They've got the actual pod on the top much, much better than the Model Collect one. There's the Model Collect one. You can see there. It's a lot better. But it's far too pointed and it's far too skinny down here. Down where the lower chines are, it's really, really skinny, this area here. So I've had to cut away the fuselage and make my own. So here's basically the modification I've done. Now with this one, basically you're going to put in, you can see with the AMT kit you get these cutouts to add the cameras. So you're basically going to put the cameras in, let the glue all go hard and everything, and then you're going to cut your nose off, and then this will fit directly on where those original camera pods are, so you don't need to have those camera pods on the back. Again, these pods on the side, they're going to come separate, And again, the nose will be a separate piece because I can't mould it and have that and that in one piece in the mould. I was going to make these separate, but actually fitting them is a nightmare. So basically this one here, it's lower. I haven't cut it all the way up to the windscreen because the cockpit is much wider in this one. So I've only cut it up to like behind here where you can see the tape is. So again, if you can look at that and tell me what you think and let me know what you think of the form, please. I'd like to know. And again, those pods on the side, these here, I think they're called EVS pods. Those there, they or the ALQ17 or something. Those there are going to be separate, so you can put them on. You can see on this kit here where Italeri have done a sort of rough outline. Get in the light, you can see there's a rough outline there of a stiffener plate. I think they've got it in the wrong position, so you can see they're awful shape, and these here are supposed to be pitos. So there you go. Let me know what you think, guys. Just before this one, I haven't made a mould at all yet. This one, I've actually made the mould for this part here, but none of the rest of it is done. So let me know, or the final moulds aren't done. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys. I look forward to your opinions, and you know, be positive, be negative, whatever. Don't worry about telling me you think something's wrong. Let me know. Thanks very much. Bye for now.